Hey guys, welcome back to another World video. Today I'm here to show you my 4x4 Blackout world record, and although it's only a world record by about 4 seconds, I lost 2 minutes to bees. So yeah, it's quite unfortunate, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and make sure to follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. And yeah, let's get into the run. Hey guys, post commentary Emerald here, and I'm gonna be commentating basically this entire run. And the first thing I want to talk about is, what do I reset for? The first thing is obviously the seed. And this seed, we have a desert temple and a village and a lava pool. So for 3x3 and 4x4, those are the main things you want to reset for. You can also do a shipwreck instead of a desert temple, but temple just allows you to get a lot of quick goals, which is super nice. You're going to notice a small cut here, and that's because it took me 30 minutes to reset for this board. Yeah, I sit here re-rolling the board for 30 minutes on this seed. It's just like kind of the boring part of Blackout, which is why it's sometimes a little bit boring to stream, especially if you're trying to get world record. But I don't know, you can get rewarded pretty heavily. So yeah, I spent 30 minutes getting this board, and let's immediately talk about the board. The first thing that interests me on this board is that there's no spyglass, there's no end, there's no diamonds, and everything can be easily gotten within spawn pretty much. I just have to go to the jungle, I have to enter the nether, and as long as I get a close bastion, it should be a pretty free seed. The one thing that I have is that is maybe a problem is honey, but I do just see a beehive in front of me in this plains, and there's flowers, so I don't know. I have redstone goals, there's a brewing stand house, and yeah, pretty much the seed is basically perfect for this board. It's not that much traveling, and there's a close lava pool, and it should be pretty easy to clean up this board, so that's why I decided to go with it. There's also just a lot of clean overlaps that can happen in this run, and I'll be talking about those when they happen. Something to note is that I do have a few redstone goals in this board. We have 3. We have clock, repeater, and note block, which are probably 3 of the easiest redstone goals possible, which is really nice. And I do have a brewing stand in the village, so if I'm able to trade for emeralds, I'll be able to get redstone really quickly without having to cave, which is a super nice thing. Now, you see here, I'm going to be blowing up this temple. I technically don't need anything from the temple. Like, a golden apple would be nice because there is absorption on the board, but I can always get that from the Bastion, and I can trade for apples. So that's super nice. And another thing here is I'm blowing up more cobblestone because it's just really nice to have, like, furnaces. Like, furnaces are pretty important, and the more you have, the more time you just raw save by having, like, 3 furnaces instead of 1. So that's why I blow up an extra TNT, because I'll save more time in the run in general. Now we're rolling up to the village, and I'm basically trying to find my line in this village. I obviously see the brewing stand house to my left, but I also need a lot of emeralds, so I'm going to be coming up to these hay bale patches and blowing up hella hay bales so I can trade with a farmer for emeralds. I only need about 3 emeralds for all the redstone, but I do end up wanting to trade for a bucket, and this ends up being very important later because I do get the perfect amount of iron, so this ends up being a really good play. There also will just be parts in this run where I don't really have anything to talk about, or everything's kind of self-explanatory, so there might be some time limits, sorry about that. Once we grab all our hay bales, we basically want to get a lot of wood now, and Savannah Village houses are probably the nicest way to get a lot of wood. So you're going to see me blow up this tree, and I'm legit going to get like 30 logs. So I'm basically selling wood for the entire run, which is super cool. Here I craft some basic stone tools, and I'm going to be crafting a barrel and a composter because I want to trade with a farmer for emeralds, and I want to trade with a, what's it called, a fisher? I think it's a fisherman. I want to trade with that guy for a bucket, so those are the 2 things I craft right there. I also grabbed this flint because I want to have flint for Nether, but my inventory was full, so that was kind of unlucky, but it's all good. Now that we have our bucket, the next thing is to kill the golem because I think I might need an iron pickaxe for the Bastion. There's a few things I need to do. Trading isn't too necessary, but it's nice to have. And something I am super proud of in this run is some of the overlaps I did while trying to kill this golem. I did a lot of crafting. We started our smelts, got the furnace down, smelted 2 logs. That was low-key really lucky because I knew I needed logs, or I knew I needed charcoal for the soul lantern. But what I didn't remember was I actually needed 2 for the campfire, so the fact that I had 2 logs was basically perfect for this run. And one of the first mistakes I make in this run is I only trade for 4 redstone. I think I forgot about clock. But I do end up getting saves after I craft a few things, so yeah, you'll see that shortly. I think something I just realized is I talked about getting a lot of cobblestone furnaces. I think I legit have this one furnace the entire run, but it's all good. Now we're going to be smelting all our stuff. We got the cobblestone going. We got the note block down. Campfire's crafted. You saw a little miscraft there, but it's all good. I also realized I needed 3 sand for the bottle, the honey bottle, but I also ended up realizing that I just have 30 sand from the temple. Oh, look at that. I did make another furnace. You know what? Good job, me. And I think the next mistake that is coming up, you will see, I have 3 redstone currently for my repeater, but I think what happens is I'm going to be miscrafting 3 torches. What am I doing? Oh, I remember this part. What happened here was I was just like overwhelmed because I was like, I have nothing to do. When I'm playing a lot of Blackout, I want to be overlapping basically everything, which is like kind of the main idea. And right there, when I was smelting my things, I had nothing to overlap. I was just very confused. And you see the miscraft there. I make 3 torches, which means I have to go and trade another one. And luckily, it's a blessing in disguise because I did end up needing 1 extra redstone for the clock. So that becomes super nice. Once I get these redstone goals completed, I'm basically ready to head out of this village. I also save a stack of seeds because I will be needing to tame a parrot later. I also get seed plates because I need advancements, and we're going to be making our way over to the plains. And I noticed this beehive. I did see it off spawn, and I was a little worried because I was like, dude, these bees are like not doing anything. So I think I make the decision to try to breed the bees because it'll be an extra pollination, which is super nice. And I'll try to set them up with flowers near the beehive. You see here, I try to bring the bees over to the beehive, and I end up finding a dungeon. And this doesn't end up mattering too much, because I don't really get anything from here. Maybe like extra iron. I think I do grab this bucket, because it is just nice to have. But yeah, nothing useless from the dungeon. It is really silly, though. Imagine if I needed brick spawner on this board. That would have been perfect. And I also try to set up some, like, there's just flowers next to the hive. So in my head, it's like, okay, they should just work, right? It should just be fine. Here, I finally find the cows that I need. I do need a milk bucket, but I also need some food to put on a campfire. And luckily, these cows dropped me 5 meat real quick and able to get that goal done. And I have the milk bucket, and we're going to be making our way over to the ocean. I think I also quickly check my bees, assuming that they're okay. I see one right there, and I'm like, these guys are being a little silly. So I think I try to set them up a little nicer, put a flower slightly closer to the hive. I think I maybe bugged one out because I think they were pollinating, and then I held the flower so they stopped. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't really know, but yeah, the bees were kind of tweaking, and I mean, I said in the intro I lost 2 minutes to the bees this run, and maybe it was my fault, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. The game's kind of stuff, so it is what it is. But now, rolling up to the war motion, we need a pufferfish. Bang. Instant pufferfish. Super nice. That could be... This is also nice overlap. We'll get 3 goals real quick. We'll get gravel because I don't have it. Bang. 1 flint. And it's just beautiful. We're going to be entering the nether, and yeah, that was a super nice overlap. Getting a milk bucket, nausea, and 3 effects all in the same thing. And I also remember getting cluck. So there's that. It's pretty lucky I hit the pufferfish basically instantly, and it was right next to where I jumped into the water. Pufferfish can be pretty rare sometimes, so I'm kind of grateful that I did get the pufferfish super fast. But yeah, now we're into the nether. The things in this nether are 10 mobs, 20 advancements, soul lantern, iron tools, and gilded. So there's like 5 goals I need to get done in this nether. And if I hit an insta Bastion, which I do, then it should be pretty fast. And I also make sure to eat because I was in like 4 hearts, and I wouldn't want to die to brutes. The super nice thing about new version Bastions is that there could be iron blocks in chests. I also get Gapple for absorption here, which is super nice. And that wasn't something that was guaranteed, so that is nice that I hit that. But the main thing I'm looking for is iron blocks, gilded, obsidian, crying obsidian, because I do just need advancements. I also take off my armor here because I want to get O shiny, and I'm gonna get it right here real quick. Bang, O shiny, and I get the iron block. So now I do have enough iron for all my tools. Not only do I need iron tools, I also need 1 extra iron for a soul lantern. So the fact that I have exactly 13 iron is basically the perfect amount, and so the fact that I traded for a bucket earlier in the run makes it basically perfect. Now we're making our way to the last and final chest, and we're kind of hoping for gilded, or actually we're lucky just hoping for gilded, and I guess any more advances we could get, and it doesn't really matter, but I get a gilded right under me. And now I think my idea is to kill some mobs and go down to the bottom part of stables, because I do know the stables, and get soul sand. is like kind of a niche tech, but you can get soul sand all in the stables, so that's where we're gonna be getting my soul sand for the soul lantern. I dig down here and I'm instantly gonna get rewarded. Bang, soul sand on the screen, and we're gonna be crafting our soul lantern. And I also want to be able to kill a hoglin because it's another hostile. I think I want at least 4 hostile mobs because my idea is I want to get the 4 defaults and then I want to be able to kill a husk and a parched in the desert for 10 mobs. Luckily I get a baby hoglin, so I'm able to kill it quite easily and I'll be instantly able to leave the Bastion. And I still have to kill a piglet brute and a zombie piglet. Now, all I need to do is kill the big piglet brute and a zombie pigman. This does take like 10 crits, dude. These guys are so tanky for no reason. I also think I'm currently on like 18 advancements. I don't actually know, but I'm gonna be critting the zombie pigman, and yeah, that's my hostile. I'm about to jump in the portal, but I realize that there's 4 pigmen that are right next to my portal, so I get kind of scared. But I have a nice pivot. I actually am just gonna stack up and do mob kebab for another advancement. And I can also get 400 damage, which is super nice. My original plan for 400 damage was to get a cookie while I tame the parrot and kill the parrot with a cookie, because it just does like 999 something thousand damage. So that was my original plan, but this was a nice pivot because I also got a advancement. And I have a little bit of a scare there with some pigmen in my portal, but luckily I live. And we're making our way to the jungle, and it's still daytime. You see here I'm flashing my hitboxes because I'm trying to see a parrot, and I do end up seeing parrots in this tree. I think I look at them right there. It's kind of hard to tell, but I do basically have parrots guaranteed. I'm able to tame a parrot, and I get 20 advances at the same exact time. Basically perfect overlap because I don't really have any other advances that I have left to do in this run. So now the idea is we're going to be running back to the bees and killing mobs on the way. I currently have 5 done, and in my head I thought I had 5, but I forgot to kill the zombie in the spawner. And this is more plot armor. I get a zombie villager. So +1 free mob. That means I might have to go to the desert. We get a creeper, we're cleaning up all these mobs, and yeah, it's just legit insane. The perfect mob spawns I get as soon as it turns night. Skeleton up ahead, and then an enderman. So in my head, I should get it once I kill this skeleton, but I think I miscounted the zombie. So I currently am on 9, and this is my favorite part of the run. Just quickly watch this. That was clean, though. Boat, punch the boat into the enderman, lava bucket the creeper, drop the enderman. I don't know. I was looking so proud of the moment. That's how you know I was hella locked in for this. And now 15 out of 16, we're at 11:55, and we're running over to our bees. And this is part of the run where it ends up dying. I right click the hive here, and I don't get honey. And if I did, it probably would have been like 12, like 08-ish. But now I have to sleep and kind of just wait for these bees. And I'll just basically speed this up because I was just kind of yapping in my Twitch chat at this point because I was streaming on my alt account. But yeah, I'm going to be boxing these guys, and it's basically just a lot of waiting, so yeah. I don't really know what I could have done better here. Like, I feel like the bees were just incompetent. Like, there were flowers down there. Maybe it was weird because of this, like, cave overhang. And, I don't know, like, they just weren't in the hive, so I couldn't really pre-box them. It was just an awkward, like, situation, which, if someone knows what I did wrong, then, yeah. Leave a comment down below. But there you go. We get the honey bottle and complete the run. Beat the world record by 4 seconds. Former world record was by Fyro. He had a 14:12. Yeah, 14:08. It's still a world record. I'll take it. It would have been nice if it was low 12, but there's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Follow my Twitch channel in the description if you want to see more Draft Duck gameplay. And yeah, have a good day, guys. Bye.